Today we're holding this press conference to announce the arrest of Jose Herpin for the murder of Jamal Vasquez. This murder took place on September 8th, 2020 on Harris Avenue in the city of Cranston. On September 8, 2020, approximately 4:06 a.m., Cranston Police Department dispatch received a 911 call that a man had been shot on Harris Avenue. When patrol officers arrived, they found Jamal Vasquez, age 24, of Providence, lying in the driveway of 46 Harris Avenue, suffering from an apparent gunshot wound to the face. Officers attempted to render medical aid to Mr. Vasquez before it was determined that he was deceased. A stolen handgun, stolen from the state of North Carolina, was found next to Mr. Vasquez's body, which is believed to have been in his possession before he was shot. An investigation by the Cranston Police Department immediately commenced. It was learned that a birthday party had been taking place at a nearby residence, which was attended by young men and women from Cranston and Providence. The victim drove a female acquaintance to this location to physically confront a young woman with whom she was having an ongoing feud. When they arrived, the female came out of the party along with several other individuals when both women began to fight in the street. The victim attempted to physically intervene, at which time he was confronted by several male subjects who took issue with his involvement. At some point, the victim produced a handgun he had on his person. It is alleged that the suspect, identified as Jose Herpin, age 23, then produced a handgun of his own, intentionally fired one shot, striking the victim in the face, fatally wounding him. The suspect entered a black sedan and fled from the area as the crowd dispersed. It is undetermined if the victim and the suspect knew each other before this incident. On September 22, 2020, an affidavit and arrest warrant was signed for Jose A. Herpin, charging him with murder in the first degree for the killing of Jamal Vasquez. The Providence Police Department apprehended Mr. Herpin yesterday afternoon after a brief motor vehicle pursuit and foot pursuit in the area of Valley Street in Providence. While being pursued, Mr. Herpin attempted to discard a handgun, which was recovered. This morning, Herpin was arraigned in the 3rd District Court in Warwick on the following charges: murder in the first degree, using a firearm while committing a crime of violence, carrying a dangerous weapon while committing a crime of violence, and license or permit required for carrying a pistol. He was ordered held without bail pending a bail hearing. He was also presented as a Superior Court violator on previous criminal charges of robbery in the first degree and conspiracy. I wish to commend the outstanding work by all members of the Cranston Police Department, specifically the men and women of the Cranston Police Detective Division and BCI unit. They committed countless hours and were fully immersed in bringing Mr. Vasquez's killer to justice. I'd also like to recognize and thank members of both the Providence Police and East Providence Police Departments. They provided invaluable intelligence and support throughout this investigation. I also want to thank the prosecutors from the Rhode Island Attorney General's Office, who also provided legal guidance throughout the investigation.